And you know, yeah, I got enemies. I got enemies.
What's going on, everybody? So it's the Arapahoe Trues show. Blazing 98.5 FM. Ha! Saturday Night Thug Party was good. I got my people's note. You know what I'm saying? Interstate and all the way from Kansas City.
Why
you know what I mean? And he the blueprint of how you need to travel, and that's a staple in the blueprint if you want to be successful in the music industry. So we're gonna chop it up. What's good with you, know?
Straight up, man. Straight up. Before I even start, man, let me give a shout out to my shorty, man, and my little mama out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Had to give it out to him before I even get up on this, man, and God.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it ain't about us no more, you know what I'm saying? It's about the children and our loved ones. So, you know what I'm saying, why don't you tell me, you know what I'm saying, what inspired you, why you love music, but beyond that, why you is the definition of music?
You know what I'm saying? I push myself into this, man. Like, this is something that, you know, I did my whole life, and I done grinded for it, you know what I'm saying? I continue to stay on basis, never stop, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come out the mode. I did, you know, I did time in the joint. You know, when I got the joint, I pursued this. I tell everybody in the joint. Shout out to everybody in Lansing Correctional Facility. Wind out my cousin Plus, my homie Snoop, my sister Royalty. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's taken a long time to get from me from where I am right now. You know, I'm coming 5 years from out the joint to try to get back to where we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from the bottom to the top. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Already. So no, you know what I'm saying? Tell me, how was the roads? How was your journey? What was on your mind? What was going on in your soul? You know what I'm saying? When you was hitting corners and you was interstating over here, you know what I'm saying, to pursue your business ventures.
This is my probably about my 5th time over here. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I got more avenues just here. I'm reaching different places. You know, Arizona.
I could dig it.
You know what I'm saying? And as an artist, you get to a point where you can't just stay in one place. I'm a person that I want more. You know what I'm saying? I tell my shorty all the time, I want more. I want more from my kid. I want more. And you know what I'm saying? I love my city. Wind out. Can't see cancer. I love it. But there's always more avenues. You know what I'm saying? I'm universal. That's where I want to be.
Yes, sir. So check it out, man. We're going to get more into this interview. It's a real interesting topics that we're going to touch base on and everything. Why don't you introduce this track right here, Enemies? You know what I'm saying? Just give us a quick little rundown. You know what I'm saying, and just fulfill, you know what I'm saying, prophecy of why this track was blessed from your soul.
Yo, this track is Enemies off my mixtape Journey Music Note. It's called Enemies. It's for my cousin Tyrone. Shout out to you if you out there in the city, you listening.
I got enemies. I got enemies. And you know, yeah, I got enemies. I got enemies. And you know, yeah, I got enemies. I got enemies. And you know, baby, it ain't fair. I got enemies. I got enemies. I got enemies. And you know, and we ain't fucking playing. Heard you shot my fucking cousin, pussy. Must've thought you shot a fucking rookie. All you did is starting up a fire that I don't see getting put out an hour later. They downgrade us, cause from the city that's been underrated. To all you suckers and you haters, you're dead wrong to think that I ain't going nowhere with my fucking songs. Fuck you, and I wish disaster on your whole crew. And I hope the illusion of what I look like don't fool you, my dude. Cause I'm a fucking fool, and all bets off. You went and took me to this fucking level, so now you about to meet my shoulders devil. 16 Hail Marys for your soul, you in some trouble. I got enemies, I got enemies. And you know, yeah, I got enemies. I got enemies. And you know, yeah, I got enemies. I got enemies. And you know, baby, it ain't fair. I got enemies. I got enemies. I got enemies. But you know, and we ain't fucking playing. What the fuck you think was gonna happen? When you pulled out your gun and started clapping, you put yourself into a chain reaction that you didn't even want to fucking happen. Now you a target for the crew, the savage. You should've aimed right and fucking would've had him. I hope you soon lying in the grave with fucking maggots. I'm from the city, KCK, where shit happens. That means you just a tragedy waiting to happen. No sanctuary is safe in obituary I'm placing upon your son. You better run, the purge is on, and you the target. I'm only finishing what you started. Yo, we reach the line where there ain't no departure. I got enemies. I got enemies, and you know, yeah, I got enemies, I got enemies, and you know, yeah, I got enemies, I got enemies, and you know, baby, it ain't fucking fair. I got enemies, I got enemies, I got enemies, and you know, and we ain't fucking playing.
98.5. I'm here with Note.
Yo.
What up, Note? How are you doing?
What's up? Oh man, I'm blessed. Yourself?
I'm blessed as well. So I have a couple questions I wanted to ask you. So I know you came all the way from Kansas City.
Wyandotte, Kansas City, Kansas, all day.
Nothing but love for that. I mean, I know that drive. I've been there, did that, and it's the most boring straight drive you could possibly go. And you know what? Nothing but love to that, because that ain't a pretty drive, isn't it?
Oh man, nah, it's a long journey.
It is, and I just want to thank you again for coming and showing the Arapahoe Trues show some love.
Oh man, I appreciate the love, man. Just have me up here, man.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and move forward and ask a couple of questions. So the first question I want to ask you is, growing up, are there any kind of obstacles that you have came upon? And if so, how did it help you to become a better person? And did it have anything to do with the music that you make today?
Well, I grew up in Kansas City, Kansas. I didn't know my mom, and I don't even know who my dad is. I grew up mostly going in foster homes, and then I ended up going to jail most of my life. Music has always been the one constant thing that never left me. I've gone through not having nothing, being homeless, trying to figure something out. I've gone through all my trials and tribulations, and music is the only thing that I can do right. I tell my girl the same thing. It's just it's the only thing I'm good at. Even not holding down jobs. Music is the one thing that everyone can relate to. It's a constant river that we can all flow through.
Exactly, and if it's something that you love, it's not a job.
Yeah, it's just it's love. That's all it is.
It is, and me myself, the things that I do because I love doing it. It's not because I'm getting paid because somebody else wants me to do it. I'm doing it because this is what I love to do. And when you love doing something, it's not a job. It brings happiness. It brings so much more than
fulfillment.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it fulfills your heart. It fulfills your everything. And me as well. Music's everything to me. No matter what I'm going through. Good days, bad days, music. I turn to music no matter what.
All day. Music is life.
Yep, music's everything. So growing up, speaking of music, growing up, are there any artists that you looked up to, or anybody in your family, or maybe some friends that you looked up to who helped you to, motivate you to become the artist that you are today?
Growing up, mostly all the people I knew, honestly, I didn't really know too many people that were doing rapping, committing criminal acts maybe, but not rapping for real. And it took me a long time to go into rap, because really I started singing. I spent most of my life just singing R&B. So rap kind of came just because it was a more audience you can grab, to put R&B in, because really a lot of people weren't doing that before Drake, putting that R&B spin to it like that, and then rapping as well. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I've always done that. But growing up, I grew up listening to Brian McKnight, LL Cool J, Boys to Men. These are things that when I grew up when I was at boy home at night and I wish I'd get out, I would put on Boys to Men and I would listen to End of the Rose. I would put on some Keith Sweat. The 90s, man, I just feel like was one of the greatest eras of music. It was just one of the greatest eras that we'll never get back.
I absolutely have to agree with you. I would say the late 80s, early 90s was when really good music came out. Everybody was actually talking about stuff that was real, that you could actually relate to. Right. Nowadays, the new music that's out there,
the mumbling, rapping, it's just wishy-washy. I'm cool, man. It's just not my forte.
And I will say, I do appreciate everybody's craft.
Right,
and I will say that, if that's the kind of music you're feeling, much love, God bless.
Right.
But if you were to grow up, I'm an 80s baby. So, that music in the 90s, that's what I grew up to in middle school, high school. So the music that I grew up to in the 90s compared to the music that my children are growing up to now, it's completely different. And I think what the difference is there's really nothing much they talk about,
I feel like the music game is kind of ran dry because it's not about the love for it. No one's doing it for that. You know, you talk to an artist right now, they talking about how many fans you got, how many plays they done got,
how many likes.
I mean stuff they getting. You know, it's a tedious process with these guys that's out here that's not doing it for what they doing it for. You know, music is my life. It's a motto. It's what I live by. It's what I do. You know, and a lot of dudes now in the music game is just about making that dollar or a tight beat. If it's a tight beat, then people will listen to. But there's no message, and that's the one thing that music wasn't brought of. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when cowboys used to sit around fires, they would call them troubadours, and they would be storytellers. They would be people. That's what we do. Music. We storytell. We give these people emotion. We give them something to listen to, and we feed the youth. And if you're feeding the youth nonsense and you telling these kids all this crazy stuff, then you know where's music heading if we continue on that base? You know, if we're bringing out people out here that are making horrible music and we're still buying that stuff, and our kids are listening to garbage, their messages. You know, I got a daughter, man, so I try to push everything that I do and be the man I say and speak about in front of her as well. You know, my actions are more than anything. But the music game right now is just kind of like it just dry to me. It's just like a desert. You know, we need rain. We need a lot of rain.
Exactly. It's lost and we need rain, a lot of rain, like you mentioned. And, you know, I believe, you know, just by listening to the music that you have provided us, you know, I absolutely love your music. And there's a message, and that's the point. When you're making music, there's supposed to be a message. It's supposed to make somebody feel some type of way. You're supposed to feel it in your heart. You know, when you listen to music, you're supposed to be able to feel that emotion that person is expressing throughout their music. And a lot of the music now that we hear, it's dry, like you mentioned.
Dry.
So I definitely got to agree with that, you know. And I definitely feel that you're an artist that can change that.
Oh, man,
but we need a lot more artists like you who can do that as well, you know.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So I just have a question to ask you about how you feel about working with the Arapahoe Trues show, and how have they and Blazing 98.5 treated you?
Oh man, I love y'all, man. Y'all show me so much love, just enormous love, man. I wasn't expecting the hospitality I got. You know, y'all the truth to me, y'all, man. Y'all show mad respect to y'all, man. Real stuff.
And just want to let you know, I got to meet your wife and your daughter, and you know, you got a beautiful family.
Oh, I appreciate it. Matter of fact, shout out to Lyric, who's probably at a hotel right now somewhere jumping on the bed, and my wife, Vanessa, sitting there jumping down telling her, I love y'all both, man.
Yes, shouts out to Lyric and her mama. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I was able to actually get to meet them, and your wife is such a great mother. You know, I was able to see how she interacts with her, and her life is all about your daughter and you, and that doesn't come around very often. You don't see people like that anymore, and so you know, when you have something like that in your life, you definitely got to keep it, and with your music and the support that she gives you, I definitely believe that you're gonna make it, and all I gotta say is, you know, just keep pushing, keep moving forward, and focus on what matters, and that's family, music, and doing what you love, making money. You know,
stuff. I appreciate it.
So I'm going to go ahead and play your song again. It's called Enemies, and this song's Enemies by Note.
Yo!
Your girl Mariah Hayes on the Arapahoe Trues show, Blazing 98.5.
Yeah!
Play.
What up? It's your girl Mariah Hayes at the Arapahoe Trues show on Blazing 98.5 FM. That was Enemies by your boy Note.
Note, baby!
Shouts out to Note, his wifey, and his beautiful little baby girl.
KCK!
I just want to let you guys know, thank you so much for coming all the way from Kansas City.
Oh, man, it's no problem.
Long trip, but I just want to let you guys know, you know, we would definitely enjoy having you come back again. So hopefully we can do some business and bring you back in.
We got a couple more coming soon, so you know what I'm saying? We got the mixtape coming out. You know, that's for everybody that's listening. We got the mixtape, Journey to Music Note coming out. I got my sister coming out with hers, Lust, Pain, Rage. I got my homeboy Snoop coming out with his Snoop Boomier. Man, it's all going down, man. Real stuff. We appreciate the love, all y'all Colorado. Y'all sleep tight, man. I love all y'all, man.
And so before we go ahead and move forward to the next song and end the interview, I do want to let our listeners know where they can hear your music, and if they're interested in doing some business with you, is there an email or a website they can reach you at?
If any of y'all trying to get a hold of Note, y'all go to KIDNOTE 1329@gmail.com for any type of music, any slide, shoot me up. If you want to hear my music, you go up there to Note Love on Facebook or the page Note, Note, and you'll find out No Production page on YouTube, and you can listen to all my music and future endeavors that are coming out all day.
All right. There it is, guys. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward and play this next song. Again, it's your girl Mariah Hayes on the Arapahoe Trues show. Ending this interview with Note all the way from Kansas City.
Yup, KCK, baby.